So we are going to be starting out on the mat today. We're going to stay on the mat the whole time, but we are going to be doing some kneeling poses. So you may want a little extra cushion if you have hard floors or sensitive knees. So if you do, go ahead and grab that, throw your tunes on, and we'll get started. We're going to have a regular warm up. Just put your feet out in front of you or an easy seat, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to start with just swinging our hands side to side, loosening up our back and our shoulders a little bit. Beautiful. 2 more to each side. And then from here, we'll move into our shoulders. Nice big circles going forward. And then going backwards. And then moving down into your elbows. Circles there too. Got to loosen up all the joints before we pick up any weights. Make sure we're ready to go. And then go the other way. Beautiful. Now down into your wrists. So same thing, circles in one direction. And then the other direction. And then moving down into your hands, just squeeze your fingers in and out a few times. Make sure you're ready for getting a good grip on your weights. Beautiful. Now moving into our lower body, go ahead and lean back, bring your feet in and plant them on the floor. Walk them out a few paces. And then we're going to windshield wiper our knees, loosen our hips up a little bit. Two more to each side. And then pop those feet right back out in front of you and bounce your knees up and down. Nice. Now from here, pick one foot up, spin that ankle in one direction. And the other direction. And then switch feet. And go the other way. Beautiful. All right, now that we've got everything loosened up and ready to go, we're going to grab our weights. And we're going to start off in a full kneel, but bring your knees out a little wide, like you would do if you were a shoulder width or slightly wider standing stance. You're going to need a weight for each hand. We're going to do an overhead lateral raise. So you're going to come up to the side, but go all the way up. And then as you're coming down on that side, you'll go up on the other side. Keep your tummy crunched in the whole time. We've got 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. Keep a little soft bend in your elbows. And if you have any crackling or pain in your shoulders, maybe lower or reduce your range of motion just a little bit. But if everything's feeling good, just keep it going. Remember to keep that tummy sucked in tight. Get a little core workout even while you're doing your upper body. You're halfway there. "15 seconds to go. You got it. Five more seconds. And time. Beautiful. Set those weights down. And then we're going to go to a half kneel. So bring your left leg out in front. You're only going to need one weight for this one in your left hand. You're going to bring it from all the way up overhead, down for a chop, keeping your palm facing up. And then when you come back to the top, you're going to add a little tricep extension in there. Beautiful. You got it. All right, 1 minute. Here we go. Nice. Try to keep that elbow pulled in tight to your head for that tricep extension. Beautiful, you got it. Now, I like to go fairly slow to focus on strength building, but if you like to add a little cardio in the mix too, you can move faster, especially on this one. So set your own pace. You're over halfway there. Looking good, guys. Time. Set that one down, and then we got to switch sides. So this time, weight in your right hand, right leg forward, same motions, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. Still sucking that tummy in nice and tight. Adding that twisting motion from the wood chop. Get you a nice little oblique workout there. Perfect. You guys look amazing. Nice steady breathing. Still trying to keep that elbow nice and tight by your head. You're almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right, from here, we're going to go down on our bottoms. And we're going to do a V-sit. So feet in front of you, in so that your knees are nice and bent. You're going to lean back until you feel a good tension in your tummy. You can do a supported V-sit here. You're not going to need any weights. So if you need to put your arms behind you, you can, or bring your hands in front of you. And then we're just going to do leg extensions, alternating one side and then the other. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. You guys look amazing. Now you control how much core work you're doing by how far back you lean. So the further back you go, the more you're engaging those muscles. But if it gets to be a little too much, you can always sit up a little. If you want to add an extra challenge, try not putting your feet down and doing a full boat pose. Beautiful. Over halfway there. You got this, guys. Keep breathing. Ooh, I feel the core burn. And time. Ooh, all right. Sit all the way up. Squeeze everything in. And then from here, we're going to go all the way down to our backs. I'm going to move my cushion out of the way. I don't need it for this next part. But from here, we're going to lay back, still with the knees bent. And we're going to do a bridge with a pullover. Now for the pullover, you're going with your weights all the way overhead. As they tap down over your head, pop your hips up for your bridge, and then bring everything back together. Putting it all together, one nice smooth motion just like that. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Keeping your head, neck, and back in a straight line. So you're gazing straight up towards the ceiling or the sky. And try to pull those knees in towards each other. Don't let them flop out to the sides. Slow and steady. Use good control in both directions. You got this, ladies. Almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right, last one for this set. We're gonna put the weights to the side, and we're gonna do just some nice basic leg raise scissors. So bringing your feet up, point those toes if you can. You're gonna bring one foot down and then the other. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. You can put your hands out to the side, palms down for support, or put them under your hips if you need a little extra cushion there. Up to you. Find the position that's going to work best for you. Slow and steady. Keeping the tummy squeezed in. You got this, guys. Almost there. Beautiful. All right, put those feet down, stretch your arms out overhead. Take a nice big stretch to counter that work you just did in your abs. Whew. And then sit all the way up. Go grab some water. And then we're going to come back and do that all again. All right, bring it back in. First exercise is that full kneel for the lateral overhead raise. Wide stance for the kneel. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. So up and around. Some people call this around the world because of the nice big circle. But the key either way, whatever you call it, is to squeeze that tummy in nice and tight and let your core do the work to keep you stable. Beautiful. Lower at the same speed as you're raising. So you're making your muscles do all the work in both directions. Almost done. And time. Nice. All right, from here we transition into the half kneel, starting on the left side for that chop plus the tricep extension. 1 minute. Here we go. So chopping it down, bring it up, lower it for the tricep extension. Beautiful. You guys got it. Looking good. Let your torso turn, get that oblique work in there. Perfect. Oh, I can definitely feel that I'm in Florida. Nice and warm and humid. I am already getting good and sweaty. And time. All right, switch sides. And then 1 minute on the other side. Here we go. Looking good. Keep taking those nice even breaths. Nice. Elbows pointed forward, in tight by your head. And time. All right, from here we transition into that V-sit. So set the weights aside. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Another way you can add a little extra work here is crunch that knee in before you extend the leg. So you can play with this exercise and adjust the difficulty based on where you are in this particular moment. You guys are on fire, looking good. Whew, almost there. And time. Beautiful. All right, going from here all the way down, flat on your back for that pullover plus the bridge. One minute on the clock. Here we go. Still squeezing that tummy in tight, pulling your knees in towards each other. And still taking nice steady breaths. Slow and steady. Try to raise and lower at the same speed. Almost done. You got this. Time. All right. Set those weights to the side and get in position for those scissor kicks. Feet all the way up, point the toes, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Again, hands out to the side, supporting the legs at the top or under your hips if you want a little extra cushion for your tailbone. You choose and make it work for you. Keep breathing. You got this. Almost there. And time. Stretch all the way out. Reach up nice and big. Whew. And then go grab some water. We have 1 set still to go. All right, before we go into our next set, stop and assess where you are. Was anything too easy? Do you want to up the weight? Was anything too hard? Are you starting to feel some fatigue? Maybe you need to drop the weight or do one of the easier versions. As you do the third set, feel free at any time to modify or even just take a little rest break if you're already feeling that muscle fatigue and you start to get shaky. But if you can push through it, great. You'll feel the burn and it'll really benefit you tomorrow. All right, let's get ready for that kneel and the overhead lateral raise. That one's kind of a mouthful. All right, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Beautiful. Remember to keep that soft bend in your elbows and the tummy sucked in tight. Looking good. Almost there, guys. Time. All right. Transition into that half kneel. And then we have 1 minute on the clock for the chop and tricep extension. Here we go. Beautiful. I love that slow and steady pacing. Really working the muscles. Great job, guys. More than halfway there. Almost, oh, there it is, time. Beautiful. All right, switch sides. And then we have the same thing on the other side. Here we go. Check in with your breathing. Make sure you're still breathing slow and steady. Make sure you're still sucking in that belly. Beautiful. And you're still keeping that elbow nice and tight by your head. Perfect. Almost done. Time. All right, back down for the V-sit. One minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice. Upgrade to the boat pose. Downgrade to sit up a little straighter. Add the crunch in. Whatever works for you. Either way, any of those variations, you're still going to smoke your abs. Whew, almost there. Keep breathing. Time. Woo. Lean it forward, squeeze it in. Nice. And then we're going all the way down flat on our backs for that pullover plus the bridge. 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Nice and steady. This is the last set. You got this, guys. This one and one more exercise, and then we are done. If you want to add a little extra on this one, squeeze in and pause at the top. Or if you need to downgrade it just a little bit, rest the weights at the top and the bottom of that arc to give you just that moment of rest. Almost there, guys. Time. All right, last up, we have those scissor kicks. Point your toes up, 1 minute on the clock. Here we go. Still slow, steady breaths. Really focusing on the muscle work. You've got this. Almost there. Oh, my abs are going to feel this. Whew, there's the bell. All right, stretch it all the way out. Nice big counter stretch. And then grab some water, and we have our final stretch. All right, go ahead and clear your space. Make sure your weights are out of the way. And then you're going to stretch your legs all the way out in front. Take a nice deep breath and bring your arms up overhead. And then just a nice gentle forward fold to whatever you can reach. Pause for just a second. And then slide your hands on up. And we're going to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale and stretch forward. Pause for another inhale. And then slide all the way up. Oops. One more time. Up. Fold forward. But this time, instead of sliding up, we're going to stay here for just a second. And then we're going to reach our left hand over to the right and add just a little twist. You can use your other hand to push into it if that feels good for you. And then come back to center. And then go the other way. And then back to center. And now slide up. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring our feet out nice and wide. And then we're just going to do a nice side bend over to the left. Take a quick breath here. And then come back up to center. And then over to the right. And then back up to center. And then all the way forward to wherever your edge is. And then back up. All right, working on our shoulders just a little bit. We're going to take one arm and bring it across the body. Roll that shoulder down away from your chin. And you can look out over that hand that's stretched out next to you. Beautiful. Release and go to the other side. And release on that side. From here, we're going to move into our tricep. So reach up, give yourself a nice pat on the back. If that's a good stretch for you, stay there. If not, maybe pull that elbow back towards the wall behind you, just until you feel a nice stretch through your tricep. And release. And then go to the other side. And release. And then last up, we're going to bring our feet in to that cobbler's pose. If you do yoga, you know which one I'm talking about. And then just lean forward, keeping a nice flat back. And if it feels good, you can use your elbows to push your knees down just a little further. Take one more good breath here. And release, squeeze everything in. And then we are done. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute everybody.